Basically we are having two types of power supplies. Okay, one is AC power supply. Okay, another one is DC power supply. Okay, in your mobile, which type of power supply is required for your mobile? You want the DC power supply. Okay, so that the AC we are converted into a DC to charge your mobile. Okay, so that the charging adapter will be provided. Okay, in that which will convert AC to DC, then which is to be used for the charging of the power supply. Okay, then with respect to the AC power supply, there will be two types of power supply. Whatever I am writing on screen is visible, na? Kindly respond any one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, with respect to the AC power supply, there will be a single phase. Okay, there will be a three phase. Okay, the single phase power supply, whatever you are using for our domestic application. Okay, for our house, whatever we are using in our house, that power supply is the single phase power supply. Okay, that will be rated in terms of 230 volt. Okay, then 50 hertz. Why 50 hertz it is? This is Indian standard. Okay, this is the AC power supply. Okay, which is having both magnitude as well as the direction. Okay, in your domestic application, whatever you are going to use, that power supply is what? Single phase AC power supply. Okay, then with respect to the three phase, okay, there will be two types. Okay, one is 3-wire system. One is 3-wire system. Okay, then another one is 4-wire system. One is 3-wire, then another one is 4-wire. Okay, this is based on the connections. Okay, that connection with respect to that also we can discuss. Okay, these are the what? The two different types of power supply we are going to use. Okay, where we can use the three-phase power supply, especially for the transmission point of view and the primary distribution point of view. Again, you are going to learn this one in case of module number 5. Okay, what is transmission, what is distribution? Okay, there we can discuss in detail. Then 4-wire system will be used for small scale industries. Okay, then floor mill. How many of you went to floor mills? Raise your hands. Floor mill. Is there anybody went to floor mill? Only 16. Remaining you didn't see that all. Good, thank you. Drop your hands. Okay, in floor mill, okay, that induction motor will be used there. Okay, but that induction motor require 3-phase power supply. Okay, but there will be a presence of lighting also. Okay, that will require the single phase. Okay, because 3-phase will not be connected for the lighting purpose. Okay, which it is used for the power connection only. Okay, for the motors especially. Okay, that is the best example of the 3-phase 4-wire system where we are using it. Then in our college also we are using the 3-phase 4-wire system. Okay, with respect to the 3-phase 3-wire system, okay, with respect to the 3-phase 3-wire system, there will be a R phase, okay, Y phase and the B phase. Only 3 phases are present. Those are to be used in order to carry the power transmission as well as the distribution point of view. But with respect to the 4-wire system, okay, there will be R phase, Y phase and B phase along with neutral. Along with what? Neutral. Okay, if I used only these 3 wire or three terminals, then I can connect the 3-phase load. Okay, if I used B and N or Y and N, then R and N, then I can convert that into a single phase. Okay, then where there will be a more power requirement is there, then you are adopting this method in order to distribute the power supply to that of connected load. Okay, Here, how many of you there from rural background? Raise your hands. Rural places. Raju, Divya, Sweta, Charan. Okay, drop your hands. Okay, you might be felt about the presence of electrical power supply. Okay, in your house. Okay, in your house, the power supply is present. Okay, then beside another street, there is no power supply. Okay, which will actually happen in case of the rural places. Why which will happen? Okay, as I told with respect to that of 4-wire system R, Y, B along with neutral. Okay, what they will do, there will be irrigation pumps at time. This moment they will provide all the 3-phase power supply. But whenever there is no necessity, they will connect a particular phase. They will disconnect the particular phase. Then remaining 2 phases are capable to carry the single phase load. Okay, this is the moment in one street we can get the electrical power supply. Then another street we won't get the electrical power supply because of single phasing. You might be heard about this. Single phase power supply is there, single phase power supply is there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it might be what? The absence of one phase power supply. That is called as single phasing. Is this clear, everyone? Kindly
Yes,
raise
sir.
your hand. With respect to the electrical power supply, is this clear? Raise your hands. Because next lab onwards, which should be must and should be known by you. Only 20 people you are listening. What about others? Good. Thank you. Okay, then we can proceed for our subject topic. Okay, you remember all these things. Okay, the types of power supply, then distribution, where we are using. Okay, this is the concept behind for my topic. Okay, that is with respect to next content of our module, 3-phase power supply. Okay, this 3-phase power supply system is the polyphase system. Okay, it means that if in case of AC system, which is containing more than one phase. Okay, if in case of AC power supply system, if it contain more than one phases, that itself is called as polyphase system. Okay, commonly what are the polyphase systems are there? One is 2-phase system, then 3-phase system, 6-phase system, then 12-phase system. Okay, especially you might be heard about 3-phase system. Okay, remaining these 3 are new to you. Okay, but these are also be using in our electrical network for the purpose of the conversion unit or for the purpose of the transmission purpose point of view, as well as the industrial application corresponds to that of research oriented things. Okay, then bulk amount of the power usage. Okay, there we can make use of 6-phase system or the 12-phase system, but the 2-phase system will be used, okay, in case of substation in order to supply the power supply to that of the rural areas. Okay, by the use of the open delta system. Okay, what is that? We'll discuss later. Okay, this is what the meaning of the polyphase system. What are those polyphase systems? 2-phase, 3-phase, 6-phase, 12-phase. Okay, but most commonly we are using the 3-phase supply system. Okay, then whatever the amount of voltage which will get generated by the individual load as well as the current are having a phase difference of 120 degree, because 360, okay, divided by 3 phases. Okay, here R phase, then Y phase and B phase. Okay, there will be an angle of the displacement between these 3 will be of 120 degree. Okay, then which it is called as the 3-phase balanced supply system. Okay, there we are going to make use of 3 windings. which ought to be get connected in order to cause 120-degree phase displacement. Okay, what is that phase displacement? How it will occur? Everything I will discuss. Okay, remember the polyphase system. What is the meaning of polyphase system? Then types of polyphase system. This is most important. Okay, this is also be repeated in the examination. Okay, then what is the advantage of three-phase supply system? Okay, in our house we are having already single phase. Okay, you already know. But what is the use of this three-phase supply system? Okay, which is having more advantages compared to that of single phase. Okay, because of that reason only we are going to make use of three-phase supply for the purpose of the transmission as well as for the purpose of distribution. Okay, what are those? First one is all the three-phase apparatus or the equipments which are get connected to that of AC system are more efficient than that of the single phase apparatus. Okay, if you are having a motor, okay, that will be rated around 5 kilowatt. Okay, just an example I have taken. Okay, 5 kilowatt means 5000 watt. Whether it is a active power or reactive power, which power it is? Not audible.
Active power.
This is active power because unit is watt. Okay, if load is of the 5 kilowatt, okay, if load is supplied with single phase power supply, then same thing also be supplied with three phase. But the efficiency of this machine is good for three phase power supply because of least losses. If you connected for single phase, then obviously the losses will be higher because of more current. Okay, why? I will tell you. What is the voltage of single phase? I told 230. Okay, 5000 divided by 230. How much? Can anybody? How much?
21 point.
21 point something. Okay, no problem. 21 ampere I will take. Okay, then for three phase voltage is 415. 415. Okay, what is 5000 divided by 415? Do this. How much you will get? 415. 12 point. Okay, I will take 12 ampere. Which current is more here? Single phase current is more. Then three phase current is less. Okay, what is the loss? I square R is the loss. What is this? I square R is losses in machine. If more current is there, then what is the loss? Loss is also be high. Okay, if current is less, what is the loss? Is less. Which is efficient, whether single phase or three phase?
3 phase.
Three phase is the efficient one. Got my point? What is the meaning?
Yes, sir.
That you ought to remember. Okay, only one sentence you write, but concept you understand. Okay, then only you can capable to write. Then what is the cost of the equipment you are going to use? Okay, if the current is high, what is the conductor cost? Is more. If current is low, what is the conductor size? Is less. Then cost is also be less. For the same rating of the machine, cost is lesser compared to that of the single phase. Okay, for the same capacity, whatever I have taken example, 5 kilowatt. Okay, if I'm designing for the single phase, the cost is more. If I'm designing the same capacity for the three phase, cost is less. Okay, then what with respect to the size? Size of that apparatus is smaller in size than that of what? Single phase. For the what? The same capacity itself. Because the whatever the current is there itself is the part of the size of conductor to be used for the design aspect point of view. Okay, if my audio is not clear, then you can inform. Okay, by unmute. Later you can mute by yourself. Then the whatever power you are going to transmit, okay, for the same amount of power, the single phase system, whatever which it is required, okay, that conductor size will be higher, but the three phase require less conductor because of less current. Then three phase motors produces the uniform torque, okay, compared that of the single phase. Okay, because the single phase motors are pulsating, which will vibrate. Okay, in your house you are having for the motor pumping purpose you are using the single phase motor. Okay, that motor will vibrates if there is no water which is to be need to pump, or else the motor is carrying the water, but the whatever the tank is there filled, but even the motor is trying to pump it, then obviously what happens, which will create the load on motor, due to that which will create the vibration. But if you are going to use the three phase motor, then which will not at all be vibrate. Okay, if you are there from rural background, okay, in your field, three phase motor you are using for the irrigation application. Okay, but the three phase motor will not be vibrate. Okay, compared to that of single phase. Okay, that is also be one of the advantage which is to be required, because of the torque which is to be get produced will be remains constant and which it is uniform. Then same size of three phase alternator, more output of the capacity compared that of single phase alternator. Okay, this is new word, alternator. Anybody heard this alternator? Raise your hand. Anybody heard alternator? No one. Okay, fine. Alternator is the AC generator which will convert mechanical energy to electrical energy. Okay, one topic is there. There I will discuss in detail what is the meaning of alternator. Okay, if you are going to choose this capacity of that alternator, if you are considering for the three phase and single phase, which is more compared to that of the single phase for the three phase power. Then whatever the three phase motors you are going to use, those are self-starting. Okay, which will not require any additional the element to be get connect to be run by itself. Okay, but the single phase motors are not self-starting. Okay, example I will tell. Okay, how many of you having in your house the motor pump set in order to pump the water to that of overhead tank? Okay, Kishore. How many of you have in your house ceiling fan, table fan? 15, 18. Okay, drop your hands. I'll answer for it. Okay, in case of the whatever in your house you are having ceiling fan, table fan, then motor which is to be used for pumping purpose are having capacitors. How many of you seen that capacitor? Raise your hand. Nobody seen. One Tejashmi. Others not seen. Okay, you check it out. Okay, the single phase motors are not self-starting. Drop your hand. Okay, why? The single phase induction motors will require the phase displacement. Okay, that can be caused by the capacitor which it is get connected to the supply. Okay, that's why the single phase motors are not self-starting. Okay, those are capacitor start and capacitor run machines. Okay, then three phase motor can be built to larger capacity. Okay, if I want 5 kilowatt, I can design. Okay, if I want 100 kilowatt, I can design. Means the larger capacity of the machine can also be get designed by the three phase, but not for single phase. because of the restriction with respect to the power. Okay, then the three-phase power can be used for the lighting purpose as well as the power supply purpose. Okay, best example is floor mill. Okay, in case of floor mill, three-phase power supply will be used for to supply the motor. Okay, as well as for the lighting application. Okay, these all are advantages of the three-phase power supply compared to that of single phase. Is this clear? Anybody is having any doubt there? If it clear, raise your hand.
Sir,
What?
sir, can we run ceiling fan without a capacitor? Sir?
Not possible. Because which will require compulsory the phase displacement. Okay, in case of three-phase induction motor, I will explain what is the working principle of three-phase induction motor. This is the moment I will recall with respect to this single-phase motor concept. No need to worry. Okay, because we want the phase displacement which is to be caused by the single-phase power supply. That is the reason we are going to proceed with respect to that of capacitor start and capacitor run induction motor. Okay, whatever we are having in our house, ceiling fan, table fan, then single phase motor for the motor pump set. Okay, all those are belongs to the what? The capacitor start and capacitor run single phase induction motors. Motor is nothing but which is converting electrical energy into a mechanical energy. Got my point now? It is a machine which is converting electrical into a mechanical energy.
Yes. Thank you.
Drop your hands. Okay, once you can go through that,